What up? What up? What's happening? I hope all is well with y'all, man. It's Thoughts of a Predicate Winner. I'm back at your head top. We just got done doing our year-end wrap-up, and DAX took some home. I don't want to give away what he took home, but y'all should go check out my year-end wrap-up. DAX just took home an award from Thoughts of a Predicate Winners year-end wrap-up awards. But I'm excited to get into this next video, man, because it's new, and I like getting into new and fresh stuff. This is his self-titled song from the album From a Man's Perspective. So before we get into it, please make sure to smash that like button and that subscribe button for me. It helps me to get into the algorithms. And without further ado, let's just go ahead and break this in, bro. I'm excited to see this, man, because he does such a good job visually of tying in what he's talking about on record. And DAX is super, super underrated, bro. Super underrated. Artistry-wise, lyrically, sonically, everything. It's super underrated.
I don't know why you're making such a big deal about it. Stop acting like a bitch.
See, bro, man, don't do that. Don't do that, man. You know you getting under our skin with that. You know what I mean? Don't do that, bro. Now, especially, you know that ain't what you think. And you think that there's other men out here that's going to bend over backwards for you and do what we do for you. It's not, bro. Oh, I don't like that, man. That, ugh. Don't call me the B word, bro. Don't call me the B word.
You don't call somebody out of the name like that if you don't respect them. Don't start approaching me. I already told you. Don't start approaching me. Then I'll leave then. Then I'll leave. Then I'll leave then.
Yeah.
I thought we were forever. That was a mistake. You wrote it down in pencil. Guess it got erased. Drawing on my weakness. Look what you create. A masterpiece of everything you taught yourself to hate. I had to log off. Your passwords changed. You always tried to run. I wasn't down to chase. Your trauma made you numb. I tried to give you faith. You took my kindness and threw it right back in my face. Ashamed to say I loved you and it hurts me because I actually tried. Your truth was based off of lies. Your love was conditional and mine forgave you multiple times. That's why I had to finally walk away. It hurt me to leave, but was killing me to stay. The story of my life, this chapter and page is getting ripped out and thrown in emotional flames. To be honest, I don't hate you. This is my only way to grieve. What you want isn't always what you need.
I like that line, bro. To be honest, I don't hate you. This is just how I gotta grieve, man. And I think that even women go through that. You know what I mean? I think we all go through that. That's a major relatability factor. It's like, I have to teach myself that I ain't rocking with you at all in order for me to get past this. So I like that. I like that.
My only way to grieve. What you want isn't always what you need. I remember days I'd beg and I'd plead for you to just calm down and provide me with peace. Your words used to hurt me, they would bring me to my knees. Called me pathetic, trash, weak. So I got strong, got back on my feet, picked you up off the sidewalk, threw you back to the streets. I don't wanna talk about those times that you lied. Don't wanna talk about those times that I cried. Don't wanna talk about those times you denied all the truths that I spewed that I knew deep inside.
He's killing this, man. And it's real. Like, it's hard for me to relate to this in a full manner because I'm so far removed from those aspects in a relationship, and me and my wife are in good standing, but I can still appreciate this. And even further than that, like, there's even whenever he was talking to her in the bathroom, she came out like, "How do I look?" "You look good." Y'all know what that's based off of? That's based off of years and years or a long amount of time where we're trying to tell you, like, you look beautiful, you look gorgeous. And we're giving you that energy, and then you turn right around like, "Oh, I don't look good. I don't look good today. I'm a hot mess. I'm this, I'm that." What that does whenever you combat or compliment is it makes us feel like no matter how hard we try, you're not going to accept, and that you don't value our opinion on anything. You know what I mean? It's like, I think you're gorgeous, but that doesn't matter to you. You know what I mean? So eventually you're going to get that same type of attitude back whenever it's like, how do I look? You look good. Because I done told you a million times in my life that you're beautiful and you never took it and it never sustained. So now you're looking at me want me to tell you that you're gorgeous and that you're beautiful the way I used to. But at some point that kind of fell off the wagon because you didn't take me serious and you didn't care what I thought, you know? So now you need it for validation, and I'm giving you the same energy that you gave me. You're gonna find relatability in this somewhere, bro.
Pressure I was feeling that was right up to my neck. The anxiety, depression that was weighing on my chest. The constant allegations, the blatant disrespect. The time that I lost or the money that I spent. I was going crazy, I was a shell of a man. Trapped in your cage, lost in your maze.
And that's what you never want. You never want to be a shell of a man. Ever. I see a lot of people talk a lot of times about how we are all just vessels. You know what I mean? And I believe that too. I believe I'm a vessel for the Lord, but we also have personalities and we have attributes that will allow us to maybe even grant somebody peace or help somebody along the way or make somebody feel loved or whatever the case may be. So you never want to feel like you're just a lost shell of a vessel, like your soul isn't on fire, like your heart's not in whatever your life is sustaining. And that's an awful place to be. I have been there whenever I was going through my addiction and I was stuck on these drugs. That's what I ended up becoming. I just started to become like I was a shell of a man that had no inside. There was no heartbeat. There was no soul. There was nothing for me to care about, nothing for me to reach out to and help. And once you do that long enough, you become robotic. Nothing's funny anymore. Nothing is sad anymore. Nothing can anger you. It's just all, except for yourself, because that's what's inside of a shell of a man. It's just his inner self. It's good music, man.
Blinded by love, addicted to the pain, the highs and the lows, the storm and the rain. I started therapy to cope because you drove me insane. Gassed me right up, then emptied my tank. So don't you try to spin the block when you see I'm doing greater, that I'm happy or I got another woman in your place because
They don't want to hear that, bro. They don't want to hear that, but that's facts. That's facts, because what happens is in these situations, the man has given it all he's given. And I'm just speaking from this perspective, right? Sometimes it's not like this. A lot of times it's not like this. But from this perspective, which is what he's trying to, from a man's perspective, I gave you everything. I did my best. I tried my best to make you happy. You got complacent. You felt like what I said wasn't validated. And you got to a point where you weren't willing to grow any further. And when you're not growing in the relationship anymore, you have to understand that the man is going to become, the growth in the man is going to be absolutely depleted, because it's in our DNA. It's who we are. God created us to be leaders. God created us to provide spiritually. And when it's stale on that side, or it seems stale, what happens is the man is depleted. So you're going to get those nonchalant, you look good, instead of, man, you look amazing. That's the energy. You get what I'm saying? Now, once that happens and the relationship is depleted, the woman always likes to think in those scenarios that she can go somewhere else and get what she's looking for from another man. But what she ends up finding is that man is going to be lacking where you were strong, and it's the grass is always greener on the other side mentality. Now, this is sometimes the man is just a low down piece of dirt. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But in these scenarios, I've seen it time and time again where the woman thinks she can find what she's looking for on the other side, but ends up feeling depleted herself later on down the road. And a lot of times the man feels like, well, you know what? If you think you can go out there and get it, go out there and get it. But even whenever she comes to the realization that, you know what, I was wrong, a man a lot of times can get cold-hearted and still in that way, to where I feel like I tried and worked so hard on you that I don't even want to give this energy to nobody else. This is what I get. Like, I put my all into this, put my best foot forward, and really tried to build and grow. and this is what I do it for? No, I'm not even starting that process again. You got me twisted. And both parties end up just being cold-hearted solo dolos that say men ain't this and women ain't this. But at the end of the day, it's wildly due to a misunderstanding 90% of the time. I would say 90%, like a very high percentage. It's because there's a misunderstanding somewhere. Now, also, a lot of people get married prematurely. And they're not Christians, or they don't understand biblical principles, like, which is why we get married. We get married because it's biblical. Now, in the Bible, it talks about when you become married, you become one spiritually. You are connected under God. Now, if you're married and you don't put God at the forefront and you don't realize that you're spiritually connected, looked at as one under God's umbrella, let's say one person is trying their best to do the right thing, but the other person is weighing down tremendously on the other side. You don't understand that if you're the one doing the weighing down, the other person is going to be feeling that tug, and they're going to feel weighed down too, because spiritually you're connected as one, and that's how God is perceiving your relationship. So there's a lot of issues that lay in place there as well, where it's like you didn't understand the reasoning behind your marriage and you don't understand the purpose of it. But on the flip side of this, if you are getting married under the covenant of God and you're doing it under biblical standards and principles and you do it right, you're going to see that even 15, 20 years down the line, like where me and my wife are, I feel like I fall more and more in love with her as every year goes by. Because we understand that we're in a covenant under God and that we are submissive to God as one spirit. Now, it hadn't always been that way. We fought through a lot of hell and a lot of turmoil to get to where we are today, but now God blesses that relationship. So when my wife looks at me and says, "How do I look?" You look gorgeous, baby. You know what I mean? I know what I know. We know each other in that way, and we want to make each other happy in that way. And that's a beautiful, blessed place to be. But it's not from work. I mean, you put the work in to get there, of course, but it's mainly due to God's blessing on your relationship. This is good. It's a good, thought-provoking song.
Yo, I got another woman in your place because I gave you too many chances to understand that pain sounds different when it's coming from a man. We not allowed to feel, be real, explain, express, and when we do, we lose the upper hand.
That's facts too, because at the end of the day, even in my relationship, which I have a solid, super good relationship, sometimes I got to express to my wife, like, listen, I need you to hear me. You know what I mean? I don't feel right about this. I'm feeling anxious about this. Now, when she realizes that I need her in that way, the momentum shifts and she's like, okay, I'm here for you. You know what I mean? But I think too many times people get caught up because it's like, oh, he's anxious, whatever, bro. He'll get over it. You know what I mean? Women, you don't need to act that way. That's not how you need to react whenever your man is coming to you telling you how he feels emotionally, because he's not going to do that often. So if he is doing that, it's because he's 10 times further down the line than where you think he is. So if I'm telling you I feel horrible about this, trust me when I tell you, ladies, that dude is feeling 20,000 times more horrible than he's coming off of the service and giving you the impression that he's feeling. That's real, because we normally aren't allowed, like Dax is saying, we're not allowed to feel. What is that? I have to come out here, I have to work, I have to provide, and I have to make sure that they're taken care of by any means necessary. And my life is in determination to make you happy and make my kids happy and make sure that y'all are taken care of physically, spiritually, financially, and I need to make sure that I'm protecting you physically and spiritually, and I need to make sure that I'm the priest of my household, meaning that even when I'm home, let's say that I've been out, I haven't seen my kids in 2 days. I get home 30 minutes before bedtime tonight, and it's like, oh, I get to see my kids finally just for a few minutes before they go to bed because I've been grinding so much. Well, let's say one of the kids does something wrong. Now I got to come in the house and I got to be the disciplinary. That don't feel good. You know what I mean? So just think about these things whenever you're talking to a man, because a man does hide his emotions, and he hides them deep, normally.
We only have value based on what we can provide. I spoke your love language, you didn't understand mine. You pushed me to the edge, played like you were blind, and then you blamed all of your actions on your zodiac sign.
Ooh. I'm tired of hearing about zodiac signs, boy. Oh, well, I'm just a piece of crap because I'm a Cancer. You ain't got no, like, you can't do anything about it. That's what you're trying to tell me. You're just a piece of crap because that's how the stars are aligned. Okay. All right. Gotcha.
Never again.
This is good. It's a good video, and I love the song. I've already heard the song, but I did want to see how he tied it in with the video and everything too. This was good. But understand too that from what I'm talking about and from what Dax is talking about, we're talking about from a real man's perspective. So understand, ladies, I'm not coming at you sideways if your man is at home and he's a piece of trash. You know what I mean? I get it. You know what I'm saying? But from a real man's perspective, when I do all of these things successfully, it's my life's mission on a daily basis to make you happy. And I come home and I want to say, man, work has been hard. And you hit me with, quit being a B. You know what I mean? Okay. I'll take it on the chin, but just know that the heart's going to get colder and colder and colder and colder. So when you're looking for your validation, I'm going to be way less likely to give it to you. Whereas if you can just, well, what's going on at work, baby? That can turn into me realizing that you're trying. That'll make me go 10 times harder for you. But it works both ways. If I see that you're not willing to put in any effort whatsoever, then what am I even doing? It's going to create a cold shoulder. It's going to create a cold heart. I like this. This was a good song. He's a good rapper, bro. Dude is insanely great at articulating thought through lyrics. I love this. Shout out to Dax. Shout out to all of the Dax fans. Y'all make sure to go cop that From a Man's Perspective album. It is super fire. It's a great album. I've really been enjoying it. And y'all check out my year-end wrap-up so that you can see which award it was that he won. All right? Thank y'all for watching, man. Like and subscribe if you're new, and I will see you on the next one. All right? Peace.